how do you see technology, and not even necessarily limiting to AI, but automation, technology, that sort of thing? How do you see that coming into your industry, and how do you see it's currently evolving and will evolve?
Yeah, pretty good question. I guess in general, I'm probably someone that likes technology. I like to find an easy way to do it. I'm probably basically lazy. I'm trying to find the easiest way with the least amount of work. So I use technology as much as we possibly can for a small company. I think we're pretty a fair way down the line with technology. I think the way I look at AI and all that kind of stuff is if it can take the place of a human, then it's always going to be financially. It's going to be a very good thing for businesses because a human's always going to have a hangover, a bad day, a wife that's sick, a kid that's sick. You're always going to have issues with humans when you're like, if you're like me, you're hiring people to run a company or do a job. And I mean, I have the same problem, so it's not like it's no one in particular, but you're always going to have the human factor. So if you can find the technology to do a job that replaces 10% of a human, then it's probably you can probably put a number to that financially where it's a huge help or it's a benefit to a company. I mean, I think socially there probably won't be enough jobs to go around sooner or later because I think we are getting really good at streamlining what we do. I mean, you've got robots putting trucks together. There's all kinds of stuff out there now that is taking jobs. So I think socially it's going to be a problem because there won't be. I think people need a purpose. They need a job to go to. They need to feel like they're part of a team. So you take that away from half the population, then you get half of them sitting at home thinking about how pissed off they are and what they're going to do about it. So you got to try and keep people working. But from a business perspective, I think it's coming whether we like it or not because people that run companies are probably more worried about the bottom line than they are about someone's mental health. So
yeah, no, I agree.
It's coming.
I think, especially America, I feel like here it's very, very capitalist. Whether that's good, bad, whatever, it's all situational and depends. But I think that's sort of like a fact. And I think, companies do focus here a lot on purely what drives profits and outcome rather than necessarily looking at what's most sustainable, either environmentally, socially, all those things, which is, for example, what I think New Zealand often does relatively well. But no, I completely agree. I mean, AI is here. It's not going away. There's no reverse button. No. Do you see, what do you think of self-driving trucks?
Do you think
those can one day replace what you guys do?
I don't think they'll actually replace what we do or anything specialised anytime soon. All the vocational trucks and the stuff that people are, that's got a lot of decision making and a lot of skills. I don't think it's going to replace that. But I think like the long haul truckers that are driving from one side of the country to the other or state to state, I think it will absolutely replace a lot of them guys. So I think you'll have these massive hubs where almost like a train station where the trucks drive themselves to a hub on the outside of the city. The truck parks up there and then you'll have another guy, maybe a local driver will grab the trailer and take it and deliver it. But I think that the long haul stuff where it's from where you got a driver sitting in a truck for 500 miles a day for 5 or 6 days in a row. We can put an automatic driving truck, just park it on autopilot, go to this location, and it drives day and night, doesn't have to stop, just goes day and night till it gets to that location. So it doesn't go to sleep, doesn't need coffee.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so I can really see that coming pretty quick, to be honest.
So I think they call that like the last mile in like transportation terms. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like that's the same with like Amazon and all that. I think they've got the automation of it down to a science of getting things from point A to point B in long distance. But I think there's still very much the human factor needed, getting it from the last sorting facility to your house.
Yeah.
It seems to be a very tedious job that you need a lot of, well, I guess what humans are good at, the thinking, the problem solving. Every situation's different.
Yeah.
So that makes sense what you said, that long.
I'm sure it'll evolve eventually, and things seem to evolve quicker than what we think they will, where they can get them trucks to go to specialised places. But like to get AI to unload a container on one of our trucks, I'm sure it would be possible to do it. Like someone smart enough to make it, take all them parameters into account and make a system that could unload them, but they'd have to charge me $5 million to do it, and we don't make enough money to pay for that system. So it's a long way off for, I think, for specialised stuff, just because it probably wouldn't be cost effective to make the system.